Hey, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those who want to call me, you can. This will be an update to my Project Level Up Lite. So, Project Level Up was created by Sophie from Sophie Alexandra Hearts. She will be linked in my description box. And it's basically, I'm sure you know what it is. It's a project where you work on your eyeshadow palettes. You randomize a palette, and then for level 1, you hit one pan and use each shade once. And then once you do that, you level up to level 2, and then you use each shade twice and hit 2 pans, so on and so forth. Again, I'm sure you know this. I think it was maybe last year, because I think this is only the third year that this project is going on. Either way, I believe it was Ruth, so she will also be linked in my description box. She wanted to be able to do this project a little bit easier than hitting pans, so she created Project Level Up Lite, where instead of hitting pans, you just use those shades 10 times, and that is what I'm doing this year. Last year I did this project as well, and just like kind of the regular fashion. I was inspired by Danny to only randomize from one brand of eyeshadow, and I'm doing that again this year, so I'm randomizing only from Dose of Colors eyeshadow palettes. But because I'm doing the Lite project, I want to at least give myself some challenge, so I'm not allowing myself any vetoes. Sophie does allow vetoes because of the randomization aspect, but since none of these goals are going to be too hard, I'm just saying whatever I get is what I get for that level. And I guess not last update, last month for the intro, for level 1, I rolled in my Dose of Colors Baked Browns eyeshadow palette, which looks like this. So again, I had to use each shade once and use one shade 10 times. I'm very happy to say that I have met that goal. So I'll be rolling in my level 2 palette, but first let me talk about just like all of these eyeshadows. So as far as like eyeshadow names, this one is called Tea Light, this is Deserted, this is Outdoorsy, this is Cherry Wood, and then this is Rock Bottom. So I've used all of these once except for this shade Deserted. I used that one 10 times. So here's what the palette looks like. It's like most of the Dose of Colors palettes. It's just an all matte 5 pan. This one is like their original basic neutral palette. And this is the shade that I used 10 times, called Deserted. I pretty much, if you watched my previous video that I uploaded, I was wearing this with a shade from my current Pan That palette, my seasonal Pan That palette on top, which is pretty much like for the last 3 weeks, because I only work 4 days a week. Pretty much for the past 3 weeks, this is what I was wearing for work every single day. So it kind of got a little bit boring by the end of it, but at least it was like very simple and pretty and quick to do, so that's why I wanted to do it for work, because I've been sleeping in. I've been tired lately. So yeah, it was just like a quick like 2-minute look that was super easy, which is why I chose this shade to pan. I would just like put it all over my eye and then top it with the shimmer. And as you can see from, sorry, that glare is really bad. I don't know, I'm gonna try to show you without the light hitting it too much. I don't know if you can tell, but that shade is pretty worn down. Maybe I'll insert a picture. And actually in the middle of the pan, the imprint is completely worn away, so I'm very happy with the use that I got on this palette. I really enjoyed it. It was nice to just have a go-to for work. I'm also wearing this palette today for like my final look. I'm wearing these 2 shades, so Outdoorsy and then Rock Bottom. I'm wearing them on my eye right now underneath that same shimmer that I've been using this whole time for like my other basic work look, and I actually really like the way this looks. I usually don't like peachy colors on me, and this one is definitely a peachy brown, but I just really like the way this looks. I think it's so pretty, and this was like one of my least used Dose of Colors palettes just because I prefer the big browns too. I feel like I'm about to eat my words, but yeah, I usually prefer the Big Browns too if I'm gonna reach for a neutral palette from Dose of Colors, but I did really enjoy using this. But moving on to my level 2, I've already like pre-randomized, so I'll have it on the screen. Tell me why I got the Big Browns too. Yeah, so again, like all of my easy palettes are being used in the lower levels, and I'm gonna have all the harder ones for the higher levels. I'm so nervous. Here's what it looks like. It's basically kind of like, you know, Big Browns 2.0, and I feel like this one is even more of like an everyday palette because I'll show you what they look like side by side. I thought I just dug my finger into it, but we're good. So these are the two palettes next to each other. As you can see, Big Browns 1 is very, it's just like a lot more different as far as a neutral palette. It's kind of like neutrals with a twist. It has, this is also kind of what neutrals were back in like 2015. This one came out much more recently, so this is kind of like an updated neutrals palette, but this one has like the like super light, almost white brown, then it has the pop of red, that peachy brown, and then it has like a very deep brown. This one, it does have like a decent range of browns, but they're kind of like almost all the same, which to be honest, I prefer this one as well. But yeah, very different. So this is the one that I'll be working on for level 2, and this is what it looks like swatched out. Not the best swatches, I probably could have done them better, but yeah, this is what it looks like. Again, very basic. It's pretty much all very neutral except for that second shade there that has like a little bit of warmth in it. I'm talking about this one right here. The first shade looks like this and you can barely see it, but going in order, the shade names are Calm, Amber, Haze, Grounded, and Nocturnal. I honestly feel like either Calm or Haze would be lid setting shades for me, so we'll just have to see how I end up using this. And again, I have to use each shade twice and use 2 shades 10 times, so I'm not exactly sure which shades I'll use 10 times. It'll either be one of the lid setting shades and then this like medium deep brown, or it'll be maybe these two. I haven't decided yet, but I'm sure by the time I use each shade twice, I'll know, and then I'll come back. Maybe I'll have this level done by next update, but I honestly doubt it because I'm planning on pretty much, because I'm panning so many other eyeshadows. We'll just have to see. By like the next 10 days, we'll see if I'm still panning a lot of eyeshadows, but basically I'm saying that this probably will take 2 months to hit my goal, both of my goals on, because at least for now, I'm planning on only using this for work. But that's all I have for you for this update. It's just so crazy. Like, I can't believe I've gotten the only 2, like pretty much the only 2 neutral palettes. The only other neutral palette is Golden Hour, and that one I could pretty much use like all the shades in one look, so I guess that one won't be too difficult either. But yeah, I'm kind of dreading the upper levels. But really quickly before I go, I just wanted to mention in my video that I posted maybe sometime last week, I said that in my 1 palette 2 looks video, I said that I was taking requests for any palettes that anyone wanted to see, and the Dose of Colors She's a 10 palette was requested, and I said that if I didn't randomize it for this update, that it would be the palette that I use for my February 1 palette 2 looks. So I've taken it out of the running for Project Level Up Lite, so that is no longer going to be in this project for randomization, but it will be used in that video. Just wanted to mention that in case you don't watch those videos but you were wondering where it was in this project. But I still have like 8 palettes to randomize from, so I have plenty, so I won't be running out of options anytime soon. So yeah, that's it for this video. We'll just have to see, but I will see you in my next video. Again, I'm filming every day before work because this week I'm doing the closing shift, so you're gonna see what I look like for work every day this week. I'm hoping I can upload everything or like film everything on time. So I'll just have to see you in my next video, but until then I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye.